So we would not be here tonight. I put out the clarion call for somebody to help us, for all intents and purposes, keep the lights on. And Steve was the very first to answer it. A lot of people talk about being conservative. Not a lot of people live it and do it. Thanks, Steve. Thank you. Thank you. So, sometimes, y'all know it, you live it. You go out, you volunteer, you knock on the doors, you raise the money. You try to make a difference, pushing against this massive Leviathan, which is about the best way I can describe it. You do the best you can, right? Chipping in, doing your part. Sometimes you wonder if it makes a difference. And if it weren't for just a handful of us in Tennessee watching our government, you sit down in a bar next to an architect that votes every time the polls are open. You sit next to an educated person and you ask them who their state rep is, and you ask them to tell you one thing that came out of the legislature, they can't tell you, and often they moved here for the express purpose to get away from the tyrannical government that has destroyed the state for which they came. Tennesseans take this crap for granted. And I'm just so glad that y'all are here. Thank you. I appreciate you. In 2020, and Andy's gone now, they make you feel like you're crazy for reading the Constitution, for understanding a little bit about history. When they try to take away your rights, when they try to tell you one thing and do another, there's the peer pressure. There's the isolation, there's everything. You're informed, you're educated, you're involved, and they act as if you're crazy. It's like being back in political high school. We're adults. And you get out there and you make a difference. And here at the Tennessee Conservative, we've done a lot. At the very beginning, 2 extraordinary sessions of the legislature to do what? To undo what Republicans did to us in the damn first place. And then they take a victory lap. To keep kids at an illegal immigration center in Chattanooga where they're molested and lost to prove about Bill Lee. To get voice votes in the House so there might be some accountability after 5 years. To finally get some illegal immigration reforms 5 years after we went to the protest at Cordell Hole. Many of you that fell on deaf ears until Trump had enough, you know what, to actually embarrass them to the point where they do something that constituents have been begging for years. I'm here to tell you people in this room right now, if it weren't for the 0.0025% of you that keep up and pay attention, that are in their communities talking in the circles of the politically literate, it would be so much worse. A little bit of leaven changes the bread, and you are the leaven in the room. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you for being here. So I don't do very well with praise or recognition. I grew up without any of it, so I decided that it would just all come from in here, which is why sometimes I'm a little gruff and grumpy, as a rule. But boy, if you didn't have skin like a Sherman tank, you couldn't speak up against this stuff. And so when I see this kind of outpouring of support, means a lot to me. But nonetheless, I appreciate all of you being here tonight, and I especially appreciate my friend Steve Abramowitz that's going to close it out. It's just been neat to me. I know there's not many of us in Tennessee. Let's be honest. People don't keep up. Thank you.
I want to challenge everybody to do their part.
She put a $100 check in here. She wants to challenge everybody to do their part. And we're just shy of the $10,000 goal that we had set. So if you got any extra folding money or checks laying around, I'll take them. I'll put them in a wallet. If you give me cash, Jason will duly note it so we don't get pulled in front of the rhino-driven finance committee up there in Nashville like Gary Humble did to silence people that will actually speak out against rhinos. That's always my biggest concern. So if you give me 2 cents, I photocopy it, I note it, I put it in Keep, and that way if they ever come after me, I have my records. But nonetheless, I appreciate you. Thank you, Kathleen. I appreciate that very much. But there's not many of us, but I'm telling you, I'll close with this and then let Steve get us out. I'm a political consultant by trade. I used to be. I don't make my money doing that anymore. I coach service businesses. But if you told me that I had to produce the effects in the legislature and the effects in the races that the Tennessee Conservative produces all across the state, and if I had to set a budget for it, and I had to hire lobbyists, and I had to run ads, and I had to do door knocking, and text messaging, and phone call to get what happens from our reporting to you all across 95 counties that actually pay attention. It's just a small number of people that chatter and talk, that are in elected representatives' ears, that are in these HCGOP and Liberty groups. If you said you've got to recreate what the Tennessee Conservative does off our little $150,000 a year budget, I don't know if we even get that. 120.
Maybe.
If you said the Tennessee Conservative didn't exist, you've got to create the same impact on that 120K. I'd have to spend $2 or $3 million to do it. And so when you put a little bit of money into the Tennessee Conservative, it freaking packs a wallop. It does, because we're talking to the only people in the state that keep up. And you can't do that through fake corporate lobbying. You can't do that through fake mailers. You can't do that through fake text messages, because this in this room is real. And so thank you for being real. And I'll be real with you now and tell you I appreciate you very much.